What's up, Alphas? It's your boy, Alphas. Mate, you know how we do. We looking cute, we looking clean, and we looking sexy. And we're here to talk about the NBA playoffs. We in the conference finals. Things are going down. D-Book with the broken nose. Pat Bev found out how to stop a star player. All you gotta do is break his nose. We got the Hawks and the Bucks. The Bucks look like they took it to another level. Nate McMillan says it's another level you got to go to. Will the Hawks figure it out? Trade rumors going crazy today. Players don't like each other. New coaches coming in. WNBA showing pure basketball skill, which was amazing. Simone Biles doing gymnastics, amazing things. And I am here today joined by a legend himself. Trae, how you doing today, my guy?
Yeah, I'm good, my guy. What's going on, man? It's good.
And we out here, we blessed. We about to get straight to it. Let's go. All right, first off, we got to talk about the game tonight. We filming this before the Atlanta Hawks and Milwaukee game. I want people to know that. We're going to talk about the game tonight. It's the game tonight. The Suns versus the Clippers. Clippers in a must-win, as ESPN says, even though I don't understand why. Of course, it's a must-win. They lose, they out, so they have no choice. But it is a must-win. I need to know your thoughts on this series, Trail. What's going to happen? What you feel? What must happen? What the Suns have done well? What the Clippers have done well? What they can improve on, and how can this series turn around, or how can Phoenix end it?
Yeah, man. So the Clippers, they made some adjustments after game 2. All the games been close, but the Clippers made some adjustments to get the W and to be competitive in game 4. So that on the positive note, the Clippers have hung in there with the people that they have, the players that they have. But on the other note, it's the Paul George thing. Once again, he failed them in game 4, didn't come through. And, now they're in that bad position, that 3-1 position. And with Phoenix, they just stuck to their plan, feed Aiden. Aiden's been having an incredible series. Now we're considering him top 5 big in the league, for sure. For sure. So to win those 2 games without Chris Paul, Devin Booker with the broken nose, and just to be up 3-1 right now just shows you how great of a coach Monty Williams is, and how great of a player DeAndre Ayton is, for sure.
Yeah, that is true. DeAndre Ayton has been huge in the series. He consistent 20 and 15. What do you have? 22 rebounds yesterday.
Yeah, 8 the boards.
Yeah,
8
them. He is playing huge for them, getting all the rebounds, making up for all those misses. Because that game was full of misses. It just one team had Aiden, other team did not.
Exactly.
As you stated, Paul George, what was the stats? He was 0 for 12 in the fourth quarter, or middle third?
Yeah, I know. With 10 minutes left, from then on, he was 0 for 6 and 4 for 9 from the free throw line. Yeah.
If he hit,
so a lot of misses.
I saw you say on Twitter, follow Trail Twitter's right above him. But yeah, I heard you state that if he hit those 5 free throws, they win the game. That's how struggle it was for scoring. It was an old school basketball game. The referees wasn't calling those fouls like they normally do. So a lot of players got, if y'all ain't hitting shots, it don't look as well, because y'all don't really have moves, like go-to moves 100% secure without hitting shots. That's the new age NBA. So we saw a little look at it, how it might be next year with the rule changes. But yeah, we saw a bunch of people miss shots. Booker was 5 for 22.
Yeah.
Chris Paul was 6 for 22.
Yeah, struggled.
Paul George was 5 for 20. It was a struggle when the shots not going down. These games can get really ugly. By the way, I want to shout out their defense, because the defense has played well.
Absolutely.
We saw some open misses. I saw Crowder miss an open one.
Bridges missed a couple.
Yeah, Bridges missed a couple open ones. They wasn't really letting Devin Booker get free no matter what. They was chasing him everywhere. Chris Paul got to it.
Man.
Yeah.
And I don't want to take away from, the player of the rest of the Clippers. Reggie Jackson, Terrence Mann, Zubac, Batum. Them boys have been playing good ball. Especially Mann and Reggie Jackson. Them boys have been going crazy. In their roles. But when you have a player that's supposed to be a star, and that's the thing with Paul George, we have him in the star category. But we know that stars come through at least a while. They don't make all the shots every time, but it got to be one time that you come through, and you 0 for 2 this series. So I don't really understand what's going on with him, but I mean, now they down 3-1 with no Kawhi. Look like you going home.
It does. I'm pretty sure no one, if Kawhi was in that game last night, it wouldn't be 71-70 for 4 minutes. I can tell you that.
No.
Because he on that level, and he even proved it all through this playoffs. I'm pretty sure you upset with him for the Mavericks here.
I mean, man, he did what he do.
Yeah,
when we was up 3-2, I knew it was sketchy. With the player Porzingis and with the way Kawhi was going out there and Reggie Jackson, man, that was tough. That was tough, but I give Kawhi his credit. He's one of those elite players, those Hall of Famers that's out there hooping right now. And, he was doing his thing, but without him and with the way Paul George has been going, man, it's going to be tough for the Clippers, if not almost impossible for them to come back for the 3-1 lead with the way that the Suns are playing.
It is, and I know it's hard pressed for me to see. You're going to need 3 more games where Chris Paul and Booker struggle like this. And I don't really see it, so I think I don't know. Booker took the mask off. I know that mask bothers shooters. People don't. I know a lot of casual basketball fans don't understand the difference between a mask and non-mask. Breathing is important in any sport. I know if you play any sport on a high level, controlling your breaths is important, especially for a rhythm player. So people like Booker, he used to coming off a screen, 1-2 step, breathing. My breathing normal. Breathe right before you take a shot. Control your breathing. That's big for track. They teach you that heavy in track. Control your breath. Football, that's big. I don't know if people notice that. Cam Newton controls his breath a lot before every play. But yeah, with a broken nose, that's going to be a problem. So we're going to see how he does. Chris Paul getting back into shape. Again, breathing. So we're going to see how all that goes. But yeah, Suns are a well-oiled machine who got every shot they wanted last night. But it just didn't go in. Clippers, it looked like they just be out there doing stuff. But shout out to Reggie Jackson. He from last year, the way he got criticized to this year is amazing. That's tell you every player to say what I always say, man. You keep stumping, something amazing happen. You know what I'm saying? So that's any player that getting criticized by the fans or whatever this offseason. Yeah, man. People got a short memory. They don't remember what you did last year for them. So they're going to criticize you this year, next year. Like for a long time, people was on PG neck all last year. This year, especially in the first 2 rounds, he played pretty good and they was off of it. But the last 2, game 2 and game 4, people kind of back on his neck. So it's what you did for me lately. So Reggie Jackson is an example of that. Just keep stomping, man. You'll find your lane and you'll keep doing your thing. But he been playing amazing. Terrence Mann found his shot. Batum been playing good. Zubac being strong in the paint. He's still getting beat by Aiden, but Aiden just more athletic. So
yeah, that's another level.
Yeah, sometimes you just can't beat athleticism wise, and he just going over the top, bigger, quicker than you, quicker to the ball. Zubac is still playing pretty good though. He playing them pretty well. He just ain't letting them dominate like he did against the other series, but he's still getting his rebounds and stuff because he's quicker. But it's hard for me to see how the Clippers can win this series. All George got to step up. They got to continue to annoy the young Suns because they do get in their hair a little bit and they start making mistakes. I seen Paul George push Booker and then all of a sudden you get a turnover the next drive. Little things like that because it affects their game and they get thrown off and they'll miss the next few shots once Patrick Beverly or Paul George do a little sneaky little thing to Booker or Cameron Payne. They bump him in the shoulder randomly. and they still young. So outside of Chris Paul, that veteran presence beside him and Jay Crowder, it shows that you still shows, even though they are playing very well, really good basketball. So,
great point.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, Clippers, keep doing what you're doing. Try to get Paul George going. Try to get a few more open looks for Kennard and other people. Because if Paul George get going, they'll open them up for them more. And your offense won't look so random. And to the Suns, just keep doing what you're doing, and you'll hit those shots. Because most of those shots good looks. It just it is.
Yeah, for sure. And player Cameron Payne, the way that he changes the pace of the game, that's definitely a plus for them. It's a plus for the Suns. And like we were saying, they are 3-1. So it's gonna be tough, man. People don't come out that 3-1 hole. You gotta be great to come out that 3,
or dock your coach. Or dock your coach.
Yeah.
You can come back from that.
Yeah. So but yeah, man, the Suns are looking like they headed to the finals. Chris Paul headed to his first finals. Devin Booker get to show what he got on the biggest stage, and we go from there.
Yeah. So again, I had to take the shot at Doc Rivers. He got to get something slanted. I don't think that he wouldn't. He friends with all them people, so they don't want to slant him. But yeah, he the only coach to lose multiple 3-1 leads. He did it 3 times.
3 times
in 3 different decades.
And people felt that they try to blame the players. It's not Doc missing the free throws. It's not Doc, missing the assignments. But man, it's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence.
By the way, 7 of the 10 double-digit biggest leads lost this series. This season, the last 2 seasons, all Doc Rivers. Mm-hmm. 7 of the 10 of them. Oh. Philly and Clippers. That's 2 different teams. How did you do that 7 times out of 10? Lee lost because he had a 26 with the Philly. He had 22 with the Clippers. He had 19 with the Clippers. He had 18 with Philly. He had 16 with the Clippers. He had 12 with Philly. That's all. That's 7 out of 10 biggest lead losses in the playoffs in the last 2 seasons.
In the playoffs.
And that's 2 different teams. Now, it just ain't one team had most of them and the other team had one. No, it's split even. It's like 4-3. So it's something he ain't doing. According to Paul George, he don't make adjustments. So Tyronn Lue is doing a way better job. So I don't. It might be.
Tyronn Lue did a real good job game 3. You know what I'm saying? I like what he did game 3. I like the way that he's switching up the starting 5. Bringing Morris off the bench. I don't really have anything to say about Tyronn Lue. He's not going to draw up a play. He's not gonna put the ball in the basket with 7 seconds left. But this is more so on the players on the floor this time, as far as with the Clippers.
It is.
Man, you got to make shots, man. This is what you're here for. You can have whatever excuse you want to have, but yeah, you got to make the shots.
Yeah, interesting stat too. 84 points is the lowest score to win a game this whole season, regular season or playoffs.
Whole season, 84 points. 84. How about that?
It's the lowest winning score of the season. No one has scored in a scoring lead. That's the most. And Clippers at 80. So they gotta find some scoring. I know Kawhi ain't there. They gotta find some scoring. They gotta get that percentage up. I don't know what. We'll see what Tyronn Lue making his changes. But now we want to tell y'all to hit that follow button if you're on Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify, Anchor, whatever place you listen to podcast. Hit that follow button. If you're on YouTube, hit that like and subscribe. We're here every Monday with WN99 Sports. Tuesday, we will be here with Keep It 99. This week, we got Trail back for a special where we talk a Zell theory in which we talk about the media and how it affects athletes, celebrities, and everybody else and how they manipulate the system. And we'll have Wednesday, we have WN99 podcast. Interesting one this week. I want to talk about white guilt. Pat Robertson did mention that, hey, black people coming to get the whip from the white man and whip the white man. So I want to talk, we're going to go deep into that because I want to understand his logic. And we're going to talk about white guilt and how it affects Democrats, Republicans, and everybody in an interesting way. So that's going to be a great discussion. And Friday, you know what we do every Friday. What's the trend? We talk about whatever trending that week. that if we don't talk about on these shows, we talk about whatever trending on Twitter, Yahoo, whatever. And we are back at it with What's New 99 Sports. Here we are. We're gonna talk about tonight's game, and going forward in the series. For you people listening, that will be yesterday's game. We were recording this before that, or while it's going on. But Hawks, Bucks. Game 2 was wild. Trail, what you think about it?
Man, game 2 wasn't wild. Game 2 is how it's supposed to go. That's what's supposed to happen. You know, y'all are supposed to go out there and do his thing. Drew's supposed to do his thing. You know, they didn't even get a really good one from Middleton. You know, they got the best big three going right now as far as like in the playoffs. Like, man, that's what's supposed to happen. You know, shit. You know, that's it. And like you were saying, you know, before we started, you know, it's another level to this playoff games. You know, and the Bucks could definitely hit that switch. They hit that switch game 7 for sure against Brooklyn. And, you know, they hit it again knowing that they don't want to leave the crib down 0-2. So, but if they could keep that switch, then, you know, it's pretty much over with.
I think they have seen it a couple times in the playoffs. They just seen it in halves with Philly. Because Philly blasted them in the first half, and all of a sudden it just feel like they forgot to play basketball. Coaching and players not doing what they're supposed to do, but they seen it, and you see the dominance, and you be like, this team is way better than this team, but Atlanta fights. They don't quit. I'm going to tell you one thing. Milwaukee is not Philly. Giannis might be the second hardest playing player I have ever seen in my life behind Russell Westbrook. Giannis, I saw Kenny say this. I want to give him credit. He said Giannis the only player I ever seen. If he shoot bad, he play harder.
Yeah. Chuck said Charles Barkley. He said the only two players that go hard every 48 is Giannis and Russ. Yeah.
Yeah, so I want to give him credit for that, but that is true. Giannis go hard the whole game. He don't care if he up 30. He going hard. Only problem we got with Giannis is he just take them stupid threes. But that shows what Scottie Pippen said too. He's not afraid to humiliate himself or take a dumb shot, but he gonna keep going hard at you.
Right.
Yeah, but so I don't think you gonna get that layup. So Nate McMillan said it. He's like, we gotta go to another level. We can't depend on them to quit or just be like, oh, we got this, like Philly, because Giannis ain't gonna let his team do that.
Right.
And Giannis ain't injured like Embiid, so you gotta start reaching that level consistently. You can't just be like, oh, they're gonna let up and come back because, as Phil Jackson said, Doc Rivers' team seems to do that. That's Phil Jackson. Argue with Phil Jackson. He said in the 2010 finals when they were down 3-2.
Yeah.
So argue with them. So Atlanta do have to find that next level. To be honest with you, I see Cam Reddish come back. Is Hunter coming back?
I don't know. Hunter might be a little ways out.
Yeah.
Cam came back. Cam just came back. I think it might have been his second game back.
Yeah.
But
they gotta. The only hope I see if they can maybe get Hunter back and can hold off maybe another game, and maybe because Hunter and Cam are big, and they gonna need that size, or they just gonna get bullied. I'm sorry, you can't have Hurt and them on the court with that squad because they just gonna run through them.
Yeah, too big, too much size, too much strength.
And Hunter and Reddish are gigantic, so they gonna need that size, and maybe Gallinari and have some other people step up. They don't have the mismatches the same way when they could get Gallinari on George Hill or Hubert on Seth Curry. That doesn't really happen with Milwaukee. So they got a problem with that because in Philly series, okay, Trae ain't going. Let's just get it to Gallinari. He's got George Hill on him. Gallinari gonna score 18 points. Gallinari gonna have a big dude on him too. He might have PJ Tucker or somebody on him. You know what I mean? Just
right.
Some big body, and so he can't just bail him out like that. So that's the difference between this series too. But I feel like Trae gotta figure out how to get 40 every night, and Drew, he might not be the defender Ben is per se, but he still. If you give me a perimeter defender, he might be number 2 or 3.
Yeah, he up there.
So he ain't much of a fall off. And then, like I said, they hold team defenders, unlike Philly, whom you can just bail out, and then all of a sudden I got a double team all of a sudden. Because in game 5, I think they had to put Ben on Lou Williams because Lou Williams had 15 straight points. So then Trae got off.
Mm-hmm.
Milwaukee ain't gonna have that problem. They got a team full of defenders, so you might can find Cunningham, but they'll hire Cunningham on somebody. But
and with the with the Hawks, it's like, I've been counting them out the whole playoffs. Even for New York, I'm like, man, they probably won't come out that New York series alive. And then definitely against y'all up there in Philly, like, man, that was supposed to be a wash. So and even game 1, like, man, Bucks and 4, of course. So the majority of people have been counting out the Hawks. And I've just been one of them people, man. So if I see the Hawks, win, another game, that wouldn't surprise me. But at the same time, I'm still saying, Bucks and 5 for sure. Bucks and 5 is over. I think Giannis see the light now. Knocking out the Nets, that pretty much opened up the floodgates. Knocking out the Nets and no LeBron and no Kawhi, and it's pretty much downhill from there.
I think, and Giannis does something that most people don't do. He's I don't play with my food, so I respect it.
Yeah.
I think Philly played with their food and got burnt, but I don't. Because what every game Philly up like 20 points every game and then lose or something. It was crazy.
Something like that, man. It was up a lot.
I want to shout out Nate McMillan because he does found mismatches. He did it in New York. If it's a mismatch, he'll be a dude you never thought would get just 20 points. Hubert on is it Herbert or Hubert? Herbert, yeah. Herbert on Seth Curry was a big matchup he used in game 7 and game 5.
A Herder.
Kevin
Herder.
No disrespect. I'm just used to Hubert.
Yeah, Kevin Herder.
But he found the mismatch. They got Seth Curry on him. Seth Curry's like 5 inches shorter.
Yeah.
He can shoot. Mismatch. Okay. A bench come in. George Hill holding Gallinari. Mismatch. Okay, we're going to take advantage of that. Little things like that. Nate McMillan has done an amazing job. He was doing an amazing job with Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get him and Monty Williams. They get fired a lot from job teams. They improve, and then the team get worse after they leave. So I want to shout them two coaches. I know I didn't do it last week as I should because it was more about Ben Simmons and what Philly did wrong. So this week I want to make sure I show Nate love, and also the reason why I said he ain't gonna be able to find them mismatches as easy with Milwaukee.
Yeah, like with Nate McMillan, I mean, look at the Pacers. They just hired a new coach. Portland, looking for a new coach. And then you look at Monty Williams, the Pelicans, looking for a new coach. Like they had their guys right there. These two guys in the conference finals.
And Monty with New Orleans was what were they a 9th? What were they a 10th seed? Like a game out?
And something around there, yeah.
And now they weren't even close this year. So, and now Zion want to leave. So,
and yeah, you're not close because you're not even in the play-in. Yeah. If you're not in the play-in, that means you're not even close.
Yeah. So that's something like think about, man. I tell people to give Mark Jackson a chance. I know he said the unpopular situation and things, but hey, man, y'all keep hiring these coaches over and over again that ain't good, and y'all don't win, and then they want to blame everybody else. But it's a reason that coach have talent and don't win. So I want to give Nate McMillan his flowers because Indiana was a talented team, and they went from a 5 seed. Was it 4 seed because they played Miami first, right? And Miami was the 5th seed last year, so they was a 4 seed, and they went to not even making the playoff. And the only difference in that whole team was Nate McMillan.
Yeah.
Even it got different later, I know, because they traded some pieces. But I'm just saying, before that, the only difference was Nate McMillan.
Right.
So yeah, we got to give him his flowers as he go. And now I want to get into some rumors today. I want to talk about your team first. I got to talk about your team. I'm hearing Luka and Porzingis don't like each other. Dallas Mavericks.
Okay.
What you got, man? Porzingis got to get out of here.
Yeah, for sure. You know, I mean, you know, ain't nothing else to it, man. I mean, it's just the reality of the sport, you know. I mean, whether you want to, I mean, I don't know what side you want to call it, the business side, I guess. But man, Luka's the star. You know, he's the one that's selling the jerseys, he's the one that's filling the seats, and he's the one that's putting up the numbers. You know, that's our all-world player. So we need pieces that's comfortable being around that. You know, do Luka not pass the ball as much as he should? Not necessarily not pass the ball, but you know, find Porzingis as much as he should. Get him involved as much as he should. You know, that's up for debate. But the thing is that when you have a star, you have to make sure the star comfortable. Like teams do it for LeBron all the time. They do it for Dame all the time. You know, they do it for any star. You know, so yeah, that's what it is in Dallas. You know, they probably don't. Their playing styles probably don't match. You know, Porzingis want the ball. You know, he want to score. He want to dominate the game. But that's not the situation that we have in Dallas. So, yeah, Porzingis gone, man. He out of there.
Yeah, if Luka don't like Porzingis, and Luka, when the Luka contract coming around, oh, he gotta get out of here.
Man, whatever we gotta do for Luka to sign that extension, that's what we gotta do, man.
You know what I'm saying? So if he don't like somebody, I'm sorry, he the star, like you said. And Porzingis, bro, we can talk about you, but bro, if we honest, you ain't healthy enough all the time.
Yeah, he's not healthy enough. You know, the it's not the numbers per se. It's more so like his level of competitiveness. You know, that comes into question. Like it's times where he don't want to go get the rebound, or he don't want to block the shot, or you know, he don't want to come out the game. He start pouting and doing that little kid stuff, and you know, and that's not gonna fly. You know, that's not gonna fly.
It's not. We also got Zion, his family players. Y'all family got to stop speaking for y'all. If you got that is crazy. Like my second cousin said he don't want to be on the team no more. What?
Yeah.
But yeah, Zion said he want out of New Orleans. He want to be in a bigger market, according to reports. We're gonna talk about this. You'll see it tomorrow when we talk about the media and how reporting is. But that's the rumor, so we're gonna go off of it. What can they do? Can New Orleans salvage? I'm here. They want to be moved too, maybe because New Orleans is a football town. If you know anything about the South is football 100%. It's 100% football. So they looking like, okay, New Orleans is not by far. I know people like, oh, small. New Orleans is not really that small, but for basketball, probably is. It probably is a small market because if you know anything about LSU, go to LSU game. You gonna be like, what did all these 90,000 people come from every game? If you can't feel 90,000 if you're a small market, but they love the Saints too. But yeah, I think Zion want to get to a market that love basketball. He can get his attention, his money, his deals. He got that smile, that Magic Johnson, that next superstar, everything. Because I feel like you can sell Zion. Is he gonna be better than Luka or Trae or Booker or them other young cats? We don't know yet. But marketable wise, he got the smile. He got the dunks. He got everything you want. He got everything you want to sell. So I feel like if people trying to move him, even whether it's his family, him himself, the media, they trying to move him. It seems like they trying to push him to New York.
Yeah, for sure. That's where I mean, you know, if that's what he wants, you know, that's what he's gonna get. But like you said, you know, New Orleans is not a basketball city. You know, they have basketball talent that come from there. You know, and they like basketball, but it's not a basketball city. You know, so maybe if they want to keep Zion, they do need to move somewhere. You know, that he would like. You know, not Seattle, because he's not going to like Seattle. You know, that's one of the problems. Yeah, that's one of the problems to get the team there. Don't nobody want to live in Seattle. Like you that's too far. You know, but Vegas, you know, that'll be a spot that you know you might keep them. But
I'm gonna talk about something in a minute too. I'm gonna bring this up because about another player who looking to be might want to be moved, but we're gonna talk about that too. How that can affect what we talking about with Zion. But what you were saying about what other places? You said Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas is my favorite spot. You know, to have a team. You know, for sure. I feel like it should be a team in Vegas. I mean, Seattle, of course, but Vegas would be my number one spot. Seattle would be 2, and St. Louis would be 3 for me.
St. Louis would love basketball.
Yeah. They'll love that team.
Kansas City and them would love a basketball team because if you don't, I don't know how many people been. Kansas has nothing in it. Missouri don't have nothing in it. But once you go to Kansas City, whichever side you on, where you're on the Kansas, they love basketball. That's one thing I know. They love the Kansas Jayhawks. They love Kansas State.
Yeah. You know, you put a team over there, you know, right there with the Chiefs, or even, you know, over there in St. Louis, you know, they're gonna come. They're gonna support. So that'll be my 3. That was my top 3 spots. If the Pelicans move, that they could move to, but I don't think either. Maybe Vegas, but the other 2 markets probably wouldn't keep Zion. So, you know, that's just the way it is, man. That's the way of the league now. You know, players have full control. You know where they want to go, and you know that's what it is. So.
Yeah, that is true. Also, I want to point out this. Dame Lillard wants to move. You have to think about reportedly he's getting antsy, they say. So he doesn't know if Portland is good based on the coach they hired and the talent they can put around him. So they say getting antsy again. Could be media contributed things, because I saw it get attacked on Twitter because Chauncey Billups, the coach, and like, ain't no way Dame knew about Chauncey Billups' situation in 1990 something other, where he was accused of the R word, as they say, and Dame, like, I was 3 years old when that happened. I wouldn't know that. Why would you think I know that? And they attacked him because, as we're gonna talk about with the media and Twitter tomorrow, so I'm gonna hype that episode up. They wanted Becky Hammond to be the coach. A lot of women and activists wanted Becky Hammond to be the coach, and so they're gonna do what they do, and they try to attack Dame to try to maybe make Dame move the needle and say, hey, I don't really want him as a coach. We don't know how that's gonna work. We're gonna see Chauncey Billups as the coach. Does Dame think Chauncey Billups can take him to that next level? They got a defensive problem, so I'm thinking of ways they can fix it. And I'm coming to multiple situations. Okay, for Dame, New Orleans want to keep Zion happy. You got offers on the table. You got the B.I. Lonzo for Dame Lillard. Would Portland go for that? Maybe a first round pick, B.I. and Lonzo? Would see put them with mix them with CJ and see how that works? 2 young players and studs. Would Portland be down for that? If that's only if Dame demand a trade, because if I'm not trading Dame Lillard unless he demand a trade.
Right. I mean, yeah, that would. It could happen. Yeah. You know, and the reason that I'm stumbling because, I mean, we're talking about Dame. We're talking about Dame Lillard. So it's 29 teams that want that. You know, like it's 29. It's 29 trade packages coming. Yeah. So you know, it's like, so you know, I'm looking at Lonzo. You know, I'm looking at Lonzo and BI, and I'm like, that's okay. You know, that sounds good, but you know, it could be anything. Yeah. You know, anything be coming. So, and right now, what you really want is either, you know what I'm saying, one of the top 10 players, like a Bill or something like that, you know, or you want to link up with like a Jimmy Butler, you know, down there in Miami. You know, I think like Miami would be a good situation for Dame. But as far as the Pels, you know, Zion want to leave. So, you know,
but that's
I don't know.
But that's why I bring it up, because if you get a Dame, you're like, Zion, you got your Dame, we gonna move. You can have input on where we move to. and we get you Dame Lillard. Then you might can keep a Zion. That's what I'm talking about. That's why the interesting spot.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's an interesting spot. Sure. Say, hey Zion, we looking for places to move. You are star. You are what market you looking into? What markets you looking into? What other places that you can see that has an opening? LA got too many teams, but what other places can you see to move to? Maybe in Las Vegas. Maybe they're like, we don't want to, but if Zion want to move to Las Vegas, we moving to Las Vegas. And give him those options, because I think Dame could change the way Zion think. Like, okay, if they got a contract in 2024. I just stay here 3 years. I got Dame with me. Then all of a sudden we still rebuild. We be in Las Vegas. People might want to come to Las Vegas with me. Okay, now I got something going on, and that might convince him. Or I'm thinking of another situation. Maybe let's do something for Portland to keep Dame. Maybe you can convince Dame, hey, we go get you Ben Simmons, get rid of DJ McCollum. Ben can play the 4. Our one weakness, because our offense is set. Our one weakness is a playmaker / a defender, and he can play that Draymond Green Sabonis role, but you can still be the point guard. Ben don't have to worry about scoring as much, but at the same time, he can get everybody involved, so you don't have to. As if anybody if you know basketball, Ben Simmons is by far and away the top assister on 3-pointers by a lot. Like my man gets the most. Even if you watch the game the other day, even though we make fun of it, Game 7, he had 13 assists on all of them with 3. Like, even though he was scared to hold the ball, he still found a way to get 13 assists on 3s, and people don't even guard him. That is still amazing. And he can get everybody else. Covington, we know he got a relationship with Covington. Covington loved playing with Ben. If you watched it a few years ago, when his rookie year, he loved playing with him. So you got that stuff. You got Melo. You got the 3-point shooters. Dame a 3-point shooter. Let Ben be in that post. You don't have to have nobody in the post. Maybe make him play the 5 or something every once in a while. Ben is 6'10", 240. Ain't that many 240 pounds out there.
For sure.
Yeah, so you can do that, and maybe Dame want to stay. Or we can do this. Trade Dame to Philly, so Dame can be with Embiid. And you give up Maxey, Thibault, and Ben, and them 3 players. I don't know if anybody can match that. Just being honest with you.
Yeah.
So what's your thoughts on those ideas and those trades? Because we trying to figure out best for Portland and Dame, and you know how the NBA work.
Philly would definitely be a good spot. You know, Ben Simmons is a project that I wouldn't mind taking on. You know, there's some things in this game that need to be fixed. And I feel like if your organization is strong as it's supposed to be, then you'll have the personnel to fix those issues. Ben going to Portland is not a bad idea. I know Boston go throw their name in, you know, Jalen Rose, Robert Williams, Marcus Smart. You know, they got a nice little package over there. Miami, you know, they can package up something. No, they always got something. Pat Riley always got something. You know, so it's a couple teams out there that want to. There's a few teams that, you know, got some serious pieces like y'all, like Philly. You know, but I feel like, you know, a trade gotta happen out there in Portland, one way or the other, whether Dame wants to stay or not. I remember listening to Dame, you know, saying that he didn't want to leave Portland. But, you know, that happens in sports. You know, you get to a place that you kind of grew up in. Of course, you're not going to leave. But, you know, at the same time, things happen, pieces move, and, you know, people leave. But as far as as far as Ben Simmons to Portland goes, you know, I can see it happening. I can definitely see it happening for sure.
Yeah, I see packages for both. Maybe trying to convince Dame. I think either way, you gotta. If I'm Portland, he's one of the main pieces I'm looking at if he's available, because a lot of he's the one that's most rarely available out of potential superstars. I'm not saying he is one, but out of somebody that, if I fix one thing with him, I got a top 5 player in the league, and you not getting those. Like, you not just like You be like, oh, Steph Curry for Dame. You not getting like they be like, oh, LeBron for Dame. No, Luka for Dame. No, we'll give you somebody else for Dame, not Luka. But you know what I'm saying? Team players like that.
Right.
He the one player that you could be like, he could be a top 5 talent that he's readily available.
Yeah, because what it is you're with the trade, you're going to get the teams. You're going to get 2 picks, and you're going to get the team's second and probably third, the fourth best player.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
And that's what it is. So you look down the list, number 2 players, and then in Miami instance, it'd be like 3 down. And then they'll throw some picks in and stuff like that. But when you look at number 2 players, like I said, Jaylen Brown, BI, like you said, ain't really nothing out there in Portland. I don't know. See, it's tough. It's tough to find a good package for him. So and that's to your point. Philly, y'all probably do have the best package because y'all sending 2 defensive, all NBA defenders. Y'all sending 2 of them over there. Yeah. So,
and if you if Thibel's shots start going in, you got a 3-and-D pitcher. Mm-hmm. And if Maxey get in the weight room, if I'm them and Dame tell me you want to be traded, I'm going to attack that first. I'm like, hey, being available with Thibault, can I get Thibault and Ben? That fix my defensive problem right there.
Yeah, and if y'all thought the trade I was thinking didn't have Maxey in it. I'm thinking Maxey is untouchable.
Oh yeah.
But if Maxey in there, it's definitely a go.
Yeah,
that's definitely a go.
Because I think I would have to almost require Maxey because I don't know, because if Ben don't work out as a point guard, he gonna always be good as a 4 all-star. As a 4-man, he gonna always be an all-star. So you make you grow Max into the point guard and let Ben be the 4, Ben can still be very effective.
So, Portland still got Anthony Simons too.
Oh, they do.
I mean Anthony Simons.
Yeah,
they still got Anthony Simons. So they trade Dame or CJ. It's his turn.
Yeah,
it's his turn. So they still have a little bit of juice out there. But if Maxey the deal, it'd definitely be a goal because I like Maxey.
Yeah, he
can go. Yeah, he got game.
He one of my biggest beasts with Doc because he kept playing Shake all season. And you ought to hear the phone call with me and Kid Credit Player, aka West. We were like, bro, West was like, put Shake in G League and let Maxey play.
Yeah.
And I think they came back to. I think that came back to hurt them too because at the big moments, Maxey had his moments, but you could tell he still ain't had enough playing experience. And I'm like, if you would have gave him Shake minutes all season, he would have been ready. You know what I mean? Because Shake can't really create for nobody. Maxey can. So you needed that. And I'm like, and the reason Ben is such a problem is he the only one on your team that can really dribble. And if you watch my special last year, that's what I said about Boston. I'm like, Boston gonna sweep Philly. I'm a Philly fan. I'm like, Boston gonna sweep Philly because we have no one that can dribble the ball.
Right.
So that was a problem. And then we got Maxey. Maxey can dribble. George Hill really too old to dribble. Back in the day he could, but he too old now, and he did nothing in that series either. But like I said, you want that. You want to help him grow as a player. You want that. But there's some interesting trade offers. Like I said, Zion. Maybe they can get Dame to keep him because that Lonzo BI deal looks very intriguing to me. People keep some teams got 2 picks, but I don't see Dame wanting to go there, and I don't think they're gonna just disrespect Dame and send him anywhere.
Right.
Because OKC probably could get the best package you can get. They got 12 picks in like the next 6 years.
More than that, man. More than that. They got all the picks, and you can send them all over here. You know what I'm saying? Man, I'm telling you, OKC, because if OKC wants to trade Gilgeous Alexander, now I gotta listen to that because he's live. Yeah. He's live. I'm talking all-star live.
Yeah.
He's live. So, but they just got Kimba. So, Dame, Kimba, not really.
Dame not gonna like that because it's gonna be like a weirder CJ McCollum situation.
Yeah, exactly. But like if it's Gilgeous Alexander and all those picks, you know what I'm saying? good chunk amount of them picks, man, we might have to take a look at that, Dame. I ain't gonna. But other than that, if it's something that like somebody can't refuse, OKC wouldn't be the move.
Yeah, because if I'm a team, that would be my pick. But I don't think they'll disrespect Dame enough to put him on a team he probably don't want to be on. And I don't know if he want to be on the team because Dame is love. So I'm like the teams I think would be probably most likely Philly, could be Boston, but I don't know if the Jaylen Brown is as intriguing as the Ben Thibault and maybe a Maxey trade. Because you would get Jaylen Brown, but who else would you be getting? That's the problem they would get. Right now, of course, we are doing this live during the game. I want to give a little update. The Atlanta Hawks has an early lead. They are up 40-32, second quarter, 9:05. So Atlanta Hawks are still trying to shock people. Yo,
yeah.
Shout out to Ice Trade again. My man has been doubted his whole career. I know y'all Dallas fans made fun of him for the last 2 or 3.
No,
not you, but you got. I know some of my boy Trae and Shout out to my boy Real-ish Podcast. They Mavericks fan. He from Real-ish from Dallas, and he was like, "Yo, we stole Luka from Atlanta for Trae. Trae showing out right now, so he kind of made. But them first 2 years, it looked like it was a theft. But shout out to Trae, man. He fought. He figured out his game more, man. That's why I would tell people, let young people figure out their game, man. But we start trying to banish them away from the league.
For sure.
But that's a big update. And we want to give a little shout out to the WNBA. They have been amazing. Good basketball. If you ever a fan of WNBA, it was a game today that was incredible. No one just walking around, play sets, everybody know what they're doing, smooth, fluid. The way basketball's supposed to be played, it might not be the most entertaining to you per se. But if you're a fan of basketball, it's beautiful. It's beautiful to watch. Yeah. So, I know a bunch of casual people. It's not a disrespect when I say casual, but a lot of casual style fans enjoy the LeBron takeover 60-point games in the playoffs, and that's what we're here for. And that's okay if you like that, but that's what it is. As a basketball fan, it's beautiful to watch. So I want to also give a shout out to the WNBA. And your thoughts on WNBA trip before we get out of here?
Oh yeah, man. Today was a great game. Seattle Storm, Vegas Aces. They win OT back and forth. Both teams executed. 2 well-coached teams, 2 veteran-led teams. WNBA is always some great action out there. So shout out to them, and keep supporting them, keep plugging them, keep shouting them out, and let people know, like you said, if you want to watch some pure basketball, if you want to watch some real hoop, some real, intricate hoop, and watch the WNBA for sure.
That's why I also think Becky Hammond would be a coach, but I don't know if I'm for the way y'all want her to be a coach.
Man, I've been trying to get her to be a coach for the longest, man. And it's like they're not giving her the calls, man. They giving Penny that call down there in Orlando. And I'm like, man, that's Becky's spot. She could go down there and do it. Because I know Doc gave her the book, the playbook. Yeah. I mean, not Doc, Pop. Yeah, Pop. Pop gave her the playbook, so, man, give her a shot, man. But, I mean, the kind of backtrack, I don't feel like Portland necessarily made the wrong hire.
Yeah.
With Chauncey. I mean, Chauncey, he's the NBA point guard,
Again, to a minor piece, Dame.
Yeah. So, but, Becky, hopefully she'll get her shot too soon. Maybe with the Kings when Luke Warren out of there. I like her there. The ceiling not that high there, so anything she do, it'll be a plus. I definitely like her there. I like her in OKC. I like her in Washington. And so. But man, WNBA, man, y'all check that out and keep plugging that for sure.
It's beautiful basketball. And last thing we're gonna talk about before we get out of here and get ready for tomorrow's show. So we wearing the same clothes, mind your business. And by the way, hit that follow button if you're on Spotify, Apple Music, Anchor, anything. Hit that follow button, follow your boy. Hit that like and subscribe on YouTube. Comment your thoughts. Anything you agree with, disagree with, your thoughts on who should trade who, fantasy trades, anything like that. Tell us in the comments. help us with the algorithm, help us grow continuously so we can get bigger, better, and give you better content. I can't wait to get y'all in there. Keeping that 9 house, man. The overall 99 T house in Houston. We're gonna be lit, Johnny. We're gonna give y'all some amazing content done. So follow us. And by the way, follow me. You see our social medias at the top. You see it right about there. For me, Trail is over there. You see it at. Go follow him. Go talk sports with him. He always down argue sports.
Always.
You'll see him and Onion argue every day. It's very entertaining.
Yep. My man. Yeah.
And Snoop. They be on it. But yeah, follow him right there. And last but not least, I wanted to give a shout out to Simone Biles. She continued to do things that they deem illegal.
Yeah, try to ban her.
To move. Yeah, like I'm like, okay, and it wasn't illegal before, so they do it after she do it. And like everything she does, they just deem illegal because like, hey, nobody else can do that, so we not allowing that no more. Can you please stop? And she like, okay, and then she does something else that no one else could do, and they continue to ban her again, ban that move again. And to be honest with you, at this time, I gotta say she probably the best person at her sport than anybody else because I don't know nobody else getting banned from doing everything they do.
No, I don't know anybody else. And if I had it, I mean, Simone, Michael Phelps, and Usain Bolt, you know, all three are just on a different level in their sports. You know, Simone being the furthest, you know, like her between her and her competition,
it's not
like close. That gap is, that gap. It's you never seen a gap that big before.
They literally they ban moves, Trail. They ban moves.
Yeah. Like
so everybody else have a chance.
The gap from like the first best doctor in the world to the second best doctor, like any type of gap from one position to another is not as big as Simone Biles in the gymnastics world. It's not.
I'm not even interested in gymnastics like that, but I watch because I'm still amazed that how can you ban like 10 moves somebody do just because nobody else can do it, and she still win the championship?
Yeah, man. They was talking about judging her like scoring her different because the things were too easy. So they was go dock her some points for doing easy stuff, and it's like like what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like what are you talking about? So I don't. But I don't like. I'm not a gymnastics guy, but throughout the Olympics, I mean, you seen like the Dominique Dawes, Dominique Mucianos, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. What's my girl name? Who was the last one? The one that was doing the Dougie.
From UCLA?
No, the black girl. I can't remember her, but it'd be
I can't think of her name right now.
Yeah, I mean, I can't think of her name, but see that. But we see USA dominate that sport. Is really my point.
Yeah,
it's like when we go to the Olympics, okay, gymnastics. We gonna walk away with some golds, whoever it is. But with Simone, it's totally different. Totally different.
It's crazy. You said if she do the same with somebody else, they got dock her points because she's so good.
Yeah, that's what they were saying. It was like, since like pretty much she was flawless. So we gotta judge her tougher. We gotta judge her kind of. They didn't say the words on a different scale, but they gotta judge on a different scale. And I'm like, well, you don't get no crazier than that.
That's like saying if LeBron James make a layup or a dunk because he's so much better than everybody else, we gotta give him 1 point instead of 2.
Yeah, it's 1 point. It's 1 point with LeBron dunk because he's so much better than everybody else. What are you talking about?
Or Patrick Mahomes, every time he throw a touchdown, we give him 4 points. Him and Tom Brady get 4 points instead of 7.
Yeah,
what? But that's the level she on. Like we gotta dock her points for doing what everybody else do because she's so much better, and we gotta ban moves. I'm like, that's an insane level. I want to give her flowers because she just won a national championship. I don't know if she's doing the Olympics, but is she gonna win that too?
For sure, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I want to finish off on this. We've been talking a lot of basketball. Let's talk about something I didn't even tell you I'm gonna talk about. Let's talk about the Olympic team. How you think we looking?
Man, you better come with it, man. You gotta come with it, man. Because if they don't come back with that gold, boy, it is on. It is odd because that 04 team didn't come back with that goal, but we didn't have the Twitter, and we didn't have the social media.
Yeah.
So they pretty much slid by. But man, this team don't look as good as the teams of the past, man. Real.
I told my boy, he said this team in box office. I compare this team to a team when LeBron and Melo them was 18 and they got bronze.
Yeah, the 04 team. Yeah.
That one. I compare this team to that because all the young stars and you got the Tatums and all the 25 and under. You don't have the LeBrons and the Chris Pauls and the leaders that you normally have. So,
and that's the thing because everybody knocks KD leadership, knocks Harden leadership.
Yeah,
them guys, they're not gonna lock in because the thing is about the Olympic team is that you could go out there with a great collection of players, but you got to have the leader that tells everybody to lock in. You know what I'm saying? Like the Dream Team had that, and Jordan, Magic. Their team was pretty much built on that.
Did you see that? Them practices, they was trying to beat each other like that.
They was locked in, man. They was locked in. When Kobe came back on the team, they was locked in. You feel me? And the problem with that 04 team was they really didn't have the leadership to lock in. It was Marbury, Tim Duncan, AI. You know what I'm saying? Them boys out there having fun. They ain't Greece. That was Greece.
And Tim Duncan ain't that type of leader to just be like, get on y'all shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was Greece. I ain't sure. But yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Tim Duncan not that tight. So but you gotta have that strong leadership to get through it. And I don't see the leadership. That's why I question the team. I don't see the leadership. I see a great collection of basketball players, but I don't see if we down 10, midway through the third, somebody go step up and lead. I don't see that.
Yeah. I think they're gonna try to depend on Tatum and Booker. I think Booker said he's gonna do it.
Yeah, Booker in there.
Yeah, Tatum.
Trae
Young was Trae on there?
No, Trae. I didn't see Trae on there.
So I know Tatum and Booker gonna be the big scorers for a team. They took a step this year. Maybe they take a step in the Olympics too. I know you don't have Olympic Melo. I know people say.
Yeah, no Olympic Melo. But I mean,
you got Olympic Kevin Love.
Yeah, Kevin Love out there. They're gonna have Dame out there. That's and another thing I was looking at is that they don't really have too many point guards. It's like Zach LaVine out there, Draymond. It's not a lot of. It's a lot of people that can handle the ball, but it's not a lot of ball handlers. If that makes sense.
I know. I'm gonna go in that too when you get through, and then we're gonna be done.
Oh yeah, no, but that's just something that I noticed that I didn't see.
To explain what Trae talking about is he talking about floor generals basically.
Yeah, exactly.
When I was comparing Shake Milton, like, Shake Milton can dribble. What you talking about? He's not really a playmaker. He's not a floor general. He can dribble to get his own shot. That Kyrie can do the same thing. He can dribble to get his own shot, but Kyrie kind of a playmaker, but he's not at the same time. Right. Even James Harden he get a lot of assists, but at the same time he get them Rondo assists where he just hold the ball in the last minute, he get open, he pass it. But floor generals is like what people don't give Mike Conley credit for. They don't see the stats. Mike Conley don't get these stats. Mike Conley healthy, that Utah series might be different.
Much different.
Because he control pace. I even give Ben this credit whenever he's on his mind, right? He can control pace. Mike Conley does that. Chris Paul does that. They can, we need to speed the game up. Okay, I can do it. Okay, I can slow the game down. I can do it. Okay, we need to get these people in this spot. I can do it. And Trail said they don't have that because Zach LaVine and Dame, like, I'm getting my shot off. Zach LaVine, I'm getting my shot off.
No.
Y'all just get y'all the way y'all get it.
Yeah.
Instead of having that Chris Paul, Mike Conley, that type of player that I'm gonna set everybody up. Like, okay, you need to get your touch. Because when I was playing point guard, I always made sure my purpose was to make sure everybody get a touch. Because if that dude don't get a touch, he gonna zone out of the game. Because that's the biggest thing about WN99. We try to get everybody a touch. That was Josh Cole was always yelling about when we play. Everybody need to touch the ball, man, so they get in the game, man. Because if you somebody don't get the ball, they'll zone out, man. Let somebody be on the court for 5 minutes and don't touch the ball.
Yeah.
So you do need
They'll
that.
Be at laps.
Yeah, then they get the ball and they don't know what to do with it. So that's what Trae was talking about when he's talking about they got people that can ball handle but don't ball handle. So that's all they want. Anything else we see is 50-46, 3 minutes in the second half of the Atlanta game. Atlanta might take it, they might not.
And I'm surprised it's that close. You know, I said Bucks in 5, so I'm surprised them boys even out there like that, man. So you know, we gonna see what they got in the second half, but man, I'm proud of Nate McMillan, man. I'm proud of Trae Young, the whole Hawks. You know, they did a lot of work this offseason, man. They did make the bubble. You know, they went and got some vets, some real basketball IQs to put around Trae Young.
High basketball.
They got high basketball IQs. They went and got you know, Capella. He eat boards. You know, he number one in them.
Bogdan.
Yeah. Bogdan, you know, just some real solid NBA vets who Gallinari. You know, they had Rondo, traded him. Who else I'm missing? I think I'm missing somebody else. But
the growth of John Collins was big too.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's my man. That's what I'm looking for. John Collins, yeah. You know, him stepping up with John playing for that max. So, you know, you go get everything you can get out of him. And I mean, their whole thing, man, they set it up. They set it up for Trae to make this run. So you know, that's great to see.
Yes. It goes back to what we talking about Trae versus Luke and how they said they fleeced him. Like, and that's what Luke, I think, when looking in this offseason, hey, Trae Young better team around him with Gallinari and all these shooters. Can I get something similar? So that's what he's gonna be looking for. He got Tim Hardaway. I know he liked Tim, but he needs some different type of, maybe some more cutters too. So when he do that little move, he can cut. But he looking for that. And before we go, I want to give a shout out to DeAndre Ayton. He said Chris Paul is the biggest reason for his game change. He was tough on me. He was my big brother.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thankful for him because he was huge in my development, and you can see it. I brought it up last week. Chris Paul was on his neck the first game of the season, screaming at him every play, and now you see it coming back.
Yeah, for sure. And Chris Paul, you know what he's doing. Yeah. You know, if you could pick any point guard in NBA history, you know, it'd be a lot of point guards, but Chris Paul is one of the very few that you'd be like, yeah, he know what he's doing.
And I think maybe being another players that might not be getting the growth they should need somebody like that to be on their head and make them do stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, you great. You need to do this and get to it, bro. And stop comparing. What's that?
Yeah, that was their problem. Out there in Phoenix is that they didn't have that veteran leader. You know, Booker was the vet, and you know he just never had nobody around him like that. You know, on that level.
Yeah.
You know, him and A, they ain't have nobody on that level. So to get Chris Paul, they had the talent, but they just didn't have the direction. Chris Paul's the direction.
And I'm even seeing the growth with Cameron Payne. So even after Chris Paul leaves, they still got a whole squad that's gonna be there for years to come. And Cameron Payne for a long time, another one of them OKC picks, man.
Yeah, man. I said it for the longest. Cameron Payne, the sorriest player in the league. You know, I said that for about 3 or 4 years, man. You know, so yeah, I'm one of them people Cameron Payne, you know, giving them buckets to. Cause I said, man, if I could pick anybody in the NBA, I'll pick Cameron Payne. I'll beat him 1-on-1 for sure. So, you know, but he put in that work, man. He balling.
That's why I tell everybody, man, you don't count these players out till you know 100%. Because he used to just be the dude that danced with Westbrook on the bench.
Yeah.
He put in that work, man. So shout out to him. But Trae Young is going crazy right now. It's 56-46. We about to get out of here. It's almost halftime. Atlanta shocking the world again. Make me alive. I just know what I know from basketball, but y'all boys' heart is showing me something right now, and that's what basketball for, man. Because to be honest, we don't, man, nobody can tell you what's gonna happen.
Yeah, real talk.
We don't know, bro. We just out here talking. We just know what we know based on skill level and everything else and what should happen. But them players gotta play. And Ice Trae said he got that thing beating his chest. That you can't.
Yeah, it's facts.
You can't deny heart, man. So that's one thing you can't do. And that's why I tell everybody to keep stomping Why? Because you could be Cameron Payne. When people say you can't play, you can be Reggie Jackson, who they criticized last year, and you're playing great this year. You could be doubted, and everybody could say Atlanta shouldn't won the first series in the playoffs, and they maybe on their way to the championship. And like I said, something amazing can happen. Don't quit, because right when you quit, it's the week or the month that something amazing in your life can happen. So don't stop. Keep chasing your dreams and your goals. And we out. This is WN99 Sports. Follow us and follow my guy Trae right there. Trae, TA850. I said Trae because I think he just hit another three. so all right. So see y'all tomorrow. Trae will be back with me tomorrow. That's we shooting this right after. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button real quick. Okay. Peace.
Peace.